We are at the Royal Enfield Chennai plant in Vallam, Vadakal. We have been given a tour of this facility. This facility was set up in 2017. It is one of the primary facilities where the new Royal Enfield J Series engine is built. And now that J Series engine, a very reliable, lovely motor, finds its way in the new Bullet. In fact, the new Bullet was launched earlier today, and it is now rolling off the assembly line. So let's walk outside and get a closer look at the motorcycle. So let's begin with the design. Now the silhouette is unmistakably Bullet 350. However, it's always had some common design elements with the classic 350, and that continues here as well. The teardrop tank or the beak on the headlight, all of that will remind you of the classic 350 as well. The chassis comes from the new classic 350. The engine comes from the new chassis, the classic 350. So yes, there are going to be some common elements there, but if we now start taking a look at the details, the finer details, the headlight has a more flatter profile now. The previous one had a bit of a curvature in the headlight design, so that has made way for the flatter profile. That's something that we are seeing on all new Royal Enfield motorcycles. Similarly, the tiger eyes, so that is another signature element for the Bullet 350, and you can see that here as well. So this is what it looks like from the front, and I think it looks quite good. The switch cube, the switch gear, all the handlebar, the grips, those also come from the classic 350, and then you get these blacked out ORVMs. Even the instrumentation is from the classic 350. This entire assembly is from the classic 350. So what you get now is an analog speedometer, but there's also a digital display that's going to give you the trip computer readouts, the fuel gauge, etc. Now the tripper navigation accessory is not installed here, but because this is the same assembly as the classic 350, you can get your tripper navigation accessory installed if you so wish. Now we also talked about the teardrop tank, but that wears the classic Bullet 350 or the Royal Enfield emblem, and then you can see the Bullet 350 emblem right here on the side. So this is the paint job that they're calling the black gold. So you get a matte finish here and a gloss finish on the side. I think that two-tone combination really looks good. The two finishes really look good. So that's something that I like. Now in terms of the chassis, the engine, that also comes from the classic 350. So essentially the new J Series platform. Now we love the handling on the new classic 350 compared to the older one. We love the comfort on the new classic 350 compared to the older one, and more importantly, we love that new engine as well. It puts out about 20 PS of power. It's a more refined motor. The vibrations are much lesser compared to the UCE that powered the previous Bullet 350. It also gets you that P-shooter exhaust, and of course it's a Bullet. It has to sound a particular way. So let's see what the sound is like. So they have managed to get a bit of that thump. Sounds very different than the classic 350. So that thump is obviously a very important factor for the Bullet 350, and they have managed to somehow bring that back even with the new generation model. Now, like I said, the silhouette is unmistakably Bullet 350, but the seat, now the previous one had a more boxy rear section for the seat. The front end was broad, of course, so that has been carried over into the next generation with a new design. So that boxy rear end was not very comfortable. That is what the typical consumer complaint was for the longest time. So now that has been addressed with a new seat design and new cushioning as well. The controversial bit, however, is the tail section. The horizontal tail light, the signature horizontal tail light of the Bullet, is gone. What you get is a round tail light, very similar to the classic 350. Even the mudguard, the rear mudguard, is not as elongated as the previous or the outgoing Bullet. The other important bit is the tires. What you get is an 18-inch rear shod with 120/80 section tires, and at the front is a 19-incher shod with 190. So these are the Seat Zooms. Again, these are tires that we have seen with the classic 350 as well. So yeah, this is what the motorcycle looks like. I think it is a good looking motorcycle for sure. The new chassis, the new engine is definitely going to make it a more refined Bullet 350 compared to all its previous iterations. And we are going to be riding this motorcycle very soon, so that review will be out on Overdrive. So definitely stay tuned, and if you have any questions about the motorcycle, put them in the comments below. We'll answer them in our review. Thank you so much for watching.